Happy Halloween, everyone. It's Friday, October 31st. I'm Princess Barbara Jean here to host the show this evening. Well, we are filled with good news today, and I am so delighted to be here with you and to share the fun of this particular day. Well, today is World Cities Day. Yes, World Cities Day is a day celebrated every October 31. The aim is to raise awareness about global urbanization. It is also an opportunity to push for global among countries in meeting opportunities addressing the challenges of urbanization and contributing to sustainable urban development around the world. So, World Cities Day was created in 2013 by the United Nations to raise awareness about the challenges and opportunities posed by increasing urbanization and to advocate for better urban governance and planning. The day also highlights Goal 11 of the Sustainable Development Goals, which presents the ambition to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. Cities are important for the environment because they are hubs of economic activity and innovation, which can lead to more efficient and sustainable use of resources. Well planned cities with efficient public transportation systems, compact urban design, and sustainable building practices can help reduce carbon emissions per capita. This is a good thing. It is a good day, and we are grateful for everyone who is championing this idea. All right. Well, little kids wander off sometimes, and we just don't know. And it can be quite frightening for parents and others as well. Well, we have a toddler who is safe after a German Shepherd tracks her for hours. Yes, I said hours in cold, dense woods. A volunteer and a 7-year-old German Shepherd named after a goddess. Oh, I'm a princess, sorry. Have been hailed as heroes for finding a lost toddler amid plummeting temperatures. In Dorchester, New Hampshire, temps were passing 40 en route to an expected 20 degrees Fahrenheit when a mother called 911 to frantically explain that her 2-year-old daughter and the family dogs were missing. A hole where a wooden fence joined a metal wire fence told of clever canines and a curious child in tow. At 3:15 p.m. on October 10th, the word went out to fire and rescue, state and local police and volunteer teams, and soon 90 people were scouring the woods looking for the child. Everybody dropped what they were doing and came over extremely quickly, knowing the temperatures were dropping. They are all volunteers doing this all on their own time. The sheer outpouring of support was incredible. I'll tell you, good people in our world. One man who showed up, though, made off with the headlines. Jeremy Corson from Concord, almost 40 miles away, arrived with Freya, a trained scent tracking dog, to lend a hand, a heart, and a nose to the search. Corson said, his 13th year of volunteering as a search and rescue personnel in these situations. He described the woods as very thick, where one couldn't see more than a few feet in any direction. Well, Corson and Freya hunted, the two family dogs returned home, worrying the rescue teams that time was running out. There were no more warm bodies or good company for the toddler, and the sun was going down. On the bright side, it meant they were likely looking in the right area. Corson told the Post that it isn't as easy as it looks working with a rescue dog, just giving an old piece of clothing for it to smell and then running off into the woods. The dog and the handler are very much a team. We do the human part of it, figuring out how the wind moves and how to move through the area, and the dog provides the nose. She brought us right into it. That she did at about 8 p.m. while Freya went along, nose to the ground. Corson heard a voice respond as he was calling out the toddler's name. They found her, and she was very happy to see them, thinking Corson was her father. At home, the mother was overwhelmed and broke down. All the rescuers were relieved, and there was a sense of elation in the air. The toddler declared she was ready for night-night. Though her parents agreed it was wise to take her to the hospital to check for hypothermia and other injuries. Way to go, Corson and Freya. Good job. Good job. Okay, well, one more story and then we'll take a break. A nonprofit organization removes 300,000 landmines in Sri Lanka. Yes, allows 280,000 people to return to their homes. Talk about good news. In northern Sri Lanka, an area largely avoided by the 2 million tourists who visit the island every year, an organization has safely removed its 300,000th landmine left over from the island's civil war. These mines and unexploded bombs were cleared across an area 33% larger than the island of Manhattan, and their removal allowed for the repopulation of 250,000 people to their lands and homes. War is the health of the state and the scourge of everyone else. Nothing epitomizes war's destructive legacy more than landmines and unexploded bombs, which have terrorized the populations of dozens of countries for decades. Sri Lanka's civil war lasted for more than 30 years as the Liberation Tigers of Tamil fought the forces of the central government across the northern and eastern provinces. When the war ended in 2009, the Halo Trust, a British nonprofit that works to clear landmines from conflict areas, was already on the ground helping to remove the unexploded ordnance from the country. Well, it takes a long time to remove 300,000 landmines. We are very, very grateful to Halo Trust. On that note, let's take a short little commercial break. You're watching And Now the Good News here on the New Thought Media Network. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
New Thought Media Network proudly presents It's All Love, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, with Laura Mock as the presence of love, Maria Hartman, knowing truth, Wendy Wilson as the quality of presence, and Lara Brzezinski as the essence of joy. It's All Love, a space where we open into the heart, tap into the soul's deep wisdom, and enter into the energy of love, truth, presence, and joy. It's All Love, Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, 6 p.m. Eastern.
New Thought Media Network. We are a global broadcast network of positive music, media, and entertainment, inspiring humanity's evolution along the journey of enlightenment and creating a world of love, peace, empowerment, and prosperity for all. New Thought Media Network. Positively inspiring.
And we're back with more good news. A combination implant and augmented reality glasses restores reading vision to blind eyes. How's that for a story? We are so surrounded by remarkable, genius individuals who come up with these ideas. A new era has begun in the development of artificial vision after a combination electronic eye implant with augmented reality glasses restored vision to blind eyes in patients with untreatable macular degeneration. Those treated with the device could read, on average, 5 lines of a vision chart, even though some could not even see the chart before their surgery. The results of the European clinical trial, which involved 38 patients in 17 hospitals across 5 countries, were published in the New England Journal of Medicine. They showed 84% of the participants were able to read letters, numbers, and words using prosthetic vision through an eye that had previously lost its sight due to the untreatable progressive eye condition, geographic atrophy with dry age-related macular degeneration. Whew, that's a mouthful. The now proven device is called Prima. and consists of an ultra-thin microchip implanted in the eye that receives infrared projections of the waking world by a video camera installed in a pair of augmented reality glasses. A pocket computer fixed to a small control panel worn on the waistband then runs artificial intelligence algorithms to process the information contained in the infrared projection, which is converted into an electrical signal. This signal passes through the retinal and optical nerve cells into the brain, where it's interpreted as vision. The patient uses their glasses to focus and scan across the main object in the projected image from the video camera, using the zoom feature to enlarge the text. Each patient goes through an intensive rehabilitation program over several months to learn to interpret these signals and start reading again. In the history of artificial vision, this represents a new era. Oh boy, does it ever. Blind patients are actually able to have meaningful central vision restoration, which has never been done before. Wow. There's a lot of people, I'm sure, who would be very excited to have that experience. Okay, continuing on the health front, Parkinson's. Yes, a Parkinson's patient plays the clarinet during brain surgery and is delighted how it went. And I believe we have a video of this one.
It's a story you have to hear to believe. What sounds more like a symphony than a surgery. That's 65-year-old Denise Bacon serenading her surgeons as they operate on her brain. You heard correctly. Doctors in London are stimulating her brain with electrical impulses. And almost instantly, she feels improvement in her finger movements.
We insert electrodes deep inside the brain at a very particular target.
Isn't that incredible? Sounded pretty good too. And I'm sure the surgeons appreciated it. Under local anesthesia, a woman in England was able to play her clarinet for the first time in 5 years whilst receiving treatment for Parkinson's disease, because Parkinson's makes you like really super shaky and stuff. A deep brain stimulation DBS procedure promised, if successful, to restore motor control in the patient's hands such that she would be able to play her beloved instrument again. And the surgeon asked her to bring it with her to test the theory. The resulting video makes for quite the sight as the surgery team behind the plastic sanitary screen sat listening in wonder. 65-year-old Denise Bacon from Crowborough in the English county of East Sussex, was diagnosed with Parkinson's in 2014, and she gradually lost the ability to do her favorite things, such as swim, dance, and play the clarinet. DBS is a surgical procedure that delivers an electrical current to electrodes implanted in the brain and is suitable for some patients with disorders such as Parkinson's. Her skull and scalp were numbed with anesthesia, but she stayed during the 4-hour intervention, which is when she was asked to play the clarinet to see if her motor control was improved. How beautiful is that? And isn't it incredible that they can do brain surgery while you're awake? Ugh. It actually doesn't sound like much fun, but it is kind of incredible. All right, a little comedy for you. Are you ready? There was a comedy wildlife contest, and it unveiled some incredible photo finalists. So this first photo, we are absolutely delighted to reveal the hotly anticipated finalists to the 2025 competition. They are a crackling collection of jaw-dropping and laugh-out-loud photos of some of the most incredible wildlife that we share with this planet. The call for photos was answered worldwide, with photographers sending in a record number of brilliant and hilarious entries, just under 10,000 from 108 countries. They are all competing to win the top prize of an incredible one-week safari with Alex Walker's Syrian in the Masamara. Other prizes include Nikon cameras and photography rucksacks. Oh, well, here we've got a A bunch of great photographs. That one's pretty cute, eh? Hey, don't bite. Say what? I'll tell you, some of these are really, really, that looks like a cartoon drawing, not a photo. Help. Say, I'm just lounging here, just relaxing, chilling. So adorable. I just love that. You know, it's amazing the photos that we can take. And sometimes we don't even realize it when we're shooting off, click, 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 and all of a sudden there's something quite brilliant. Okay, well, this story really inspires me. So, an 80-year-old grandmother who learned to swim at 59 just became the oldest ever female Ironman finisher. Yes, I did say Ironman. And I believe we have some video, but let me just tell you a little bit about this first. With every step toward the finish line, Natalie Grabo was proving it's never too late to get started. Earlier this month, the 80-year-old grandmother from Mountain Lakes, New Jersey, became the oldest woman to ever finish the punishing Ironman World Championship Triathlon in Kailua Kona, Hawaii. She swam 2.4 miles, even though she never learned to swim until she was almost 60. Then she pedaled 112 miles on a bicycle and immediately ran a full 26.2-mile marathon to make history. You have the video for me there, do you?
For the USA, Natalie Grabo. After that she comes, come on everybody, can you scream? Natalie! Can you scream louder? There she is. Showing her colors there. Natalie Grabo, you are an Iron Man. On three, everybody scream. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, scream!
Well, that is probably inspiring.
Absolutely incredible. If I'm not mistaken, this makes her the oldest ever finisher in our movement for the Ironman World Championship.
This is remarkable. Wow, wow, wow. Well, if you've been laying around on your couch and you don't get up to do much, she's an inspiration. I don't care how old you are. Maybe it's time to start today. Let's wait till tomorrow. Let's wait till tomorrow. Yeah. Well, about 60 other competitors quit before they finished, all of them younger. Grabo did not. She's truly gritty. Natalie is the definition of grit and gratitude. Grateful to make it to the start line, grateful to get to do something she loves every day, and grateful to inspire so many others. Natalie's story is even more impressive considering when she started. She grew up in New Jersey long before Title IX vastly expanded the competitive opportunities for female athletes. A part of her that always existed lay dormant, just waiting for a chance. When you grow up and you don't have those options, you just watch the boys doing stuff and you're just a cheerleader. It was just thrilling once I could do my first 5K and race and ride a bike with other people. As an adult, she worked as a software developer, played some doubles tennis, and eventually found running. The last hobby would prove to be the long-lasting love. Way to go, Natalie. You are an inspiration. Huh. Well, here's some good news for people who are in any areas where wildfires have been a problem, which is most of North America and probably around the world, different places. This innovative wildfire defense sprinkler system for homes can detect flames and lower insurance, which is also a good thing. A pair of Colorado innovators have designed an autonomous autonomous, excuse me, No, I didn't have a drink today, but my speaking can be a little off. So, autonomous sprinkler system to hose down a home if it detects an approaching wildfire. With both men having experienced the threat of wildfires firsthand, each said they were driven to try and do something about it. Owners of a firm called Defense Delivered, their system uses thermal imaging cameras to detect when flames or sparks might be entering the immediate zone of the house. If the camera sensor is triggered, the sprinklers automatically hose down the house to ideally keep it from burning and will eventually deploy firefighting foam as a last resort if the threat persists. Founder and CEO Dustin Dollimore told CBS News Colorado that the idea was spawned in the wake of the ptarmigan fire in 2021, which burned more than 100 acres near Silverthorne in Summit County, where Dollimore lived. When we experienced that fire, the feeling of helplessness that really nothing could be done, it drove us to make a working solution. The system will spray 35 gallons a minute to coat the house, an amount that was specifically calculated to prevent an overdraw on water resources in drier parts of Colorado. In fact, it's built for Colorado in all respects and has a pre-programmed drain and flush function in preparation for winter. Owners don't have to remember to worry about freezing pipes. According to Defense Delivered's data, more and more homes are being built every year across America in what's known as the wildland urban interface, the place where residential zones brush up against national forest land. This is not only putting more homes at risk of fire, but raising the cost of home insurance for whole communities as well. This is a profound blessing for so many. Friends of ours, good friends of my husband, lost their home in a fire in the Winnipeg, Manitoba area earlier this year. And they got out with their life, period. It happened so fast. So, this great idea, gentlemen. Good on you. Okay, so anybody looking to buy a 100-year-old convent? For a promise. Yes. The promise is that you'll preserve its history. So, this is the convent of Gravelburg, a small town in Canada that boasts a long-time motto, a touch of Europe on the prairie. For over a decade, this stately building, a true stunner in the middle of very little else, has been useless and vacant. But the town is determined to preserve it until someone can propose a use that suits Gravelburg and its needs. Town planners hope that that will be housing, but many ideas have come across their desk in the last few years, including a prison and a casino. Okay, well, let's go back to housing. Built in 1917, along with the cathedral and a building called the Bishop's Palace, which has found a second life as a B&B, the trio are designated natural historic landmarks of Canada and were established by Frenchmen who wanted to create a true center of French culture on the prairies of North America. They brought over classic building styles and materials which can be seen about the town's main street, at the railway station, and certainly inside the cathedral. At its height, the convent looked after 600 students at its primary school. When the school changed locations, the town took over management of the property until that became too cost prohibitive. Now Gravelburg hopes to find a savior for the old building, who will preserve it as much as possible. Something of this size you'll never see again. It's an original, said the economic development officer of the town. Wow. What an idea. I love this idea. This is absolutely brilliant. Well, I don't know where this town is, Gravelburg, but maybe I'll check into it. All right. So here's one last story for tonight before we go and finish handing out candy and get ready for the World Series. Well, a woman rescues a cat that survived in a derelict bathroom for 2 years. And remember, rescuing starts with noticing. A British woman recently rescued an abandoned house cat who had been living for 2 years in a derelict bathroom and is arranging to fly the gentle animal back to the UK. Hobbyist animal rescuer Shiku Singh was sent a picture of the long haired cat by a stranger and drove out to the Abu Dhabi on August 8th from her home in Dubai to locate it. Singh managed to find the street cat in the process of feeding other strays and noticed it looked frightened. She was told by laborers the cat had been seen over the last 2 years, sheltering under sheets of metal in a derelict bathroom. She's such a gentle cat who has endured such hardship. It broke my heart when I first saw her, Singh said. I'm so happy that she's getting a new start. It wasn't straightforward, though, as the cat had made a refuge beyond the reach of an outstretched hand in a derelict building's bathroom. Singh had to make the 90-minute drive from her home in Dubai to Abu Dhabi after working every day for 3 weeks to check on the cat, trying to feed her and attempt to build trust before she was able to coax her out of the hiding place and get her to a vet. She was treated at Capital Vet Clinic, Abu Dhabi, and he gave her vaccinations, worm and flea treatment, and bathed her. She is now finalizing arrangements to fly the cat, whom she named Tara Nova, which means new star, to a family in the UK. She looked completely lost and fearful. It was clear she didn't belong there. The workman said the stray cats bullied her, and we thought she'd probably been a pet and had been abandoned. She was scared, alone, and I couldn't walk away. Oh, see, beautiful people. I keep saying beautiful people. There's another one. Well, everybody, this has been a wonderful Friday evening. I'm so grateful, or Friday afternoon, depending where you are in the world. I'm so grateful you joined this evening, and I look forward to seeing you again next time as Reverend Barbara Jean rather than Princess Barbara Jean. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween, and go Blue Jays. Go Dodgers. All right, bye for now. See you next time. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.